Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. The topic of today's lecture is terpenoids. So, terpenoids are built from C5 unit as a building block and can be subdivided into the hemiterpene, monoterpenes, sesquiterpenes, diterpenes, triterpenes, tetraterpenes, and polyterpenes. Steroids are also derived from the triterpene. Generally, the hemiterpenes are quite rare. So most of the terpenoids are lipophilic in nature. So they readily interact with biomembranes and membrane proteins. So they can increase the fluidity and permeability of the membrane, which can lead to uncontrolled efflux of ions and metabolites and even to the cell leakage, leading in cell death. So in addition, they can modulate the activity of the membrane protein and receptor or ion channels. So these membranes uh, activity is rather non-specific. Therefore, terpenes show cytotoxic activity against a wide range of organisms, ranging from bacteria and fungi to insect and vertebrates. So many terpenes are even effective against the membrane and closed proteins. So now we will see each and every class one by one and the origin of the natural origin of the terpenoids. So the outline of the lecture is, first we will cover the what is the difference between terpenes and terpenoids, then this biosynthesis of monoterpene structure and classification, and then we will come to the essential oil monoterpenes and sesquiterpenes, extraction methods, essential oil containing drugs, iridoids and iridoids containing drugs, pantherines and sesquiterpenes and sesquiterpene lactonide containing drugs. So this from terpenoid, terpene to terpenoid till sesquiterpene we will cover in part 1 lecture, and the part 2 lecture will be consist of the diterpenoid and the triterpenoids. So first of all, the question arises, what is the difference between terpenes and terpenoids? So generally terpenes are widespread in nature and occur in most species including man, right? So it is one of the largest class of the nature product found in nature or found as a nature product. So the difference between the terpenes and the terpenoid is terpene is generally contain the organic hydrocarbon, while the terpenoid has additional atoms that have experienced oxidation. Or generally you can remember, if there is oxygen with the terpenes, they are the terpenoids. So this has happened when this cannabis has been cured and dried. So you can say the terpene is as a vat. All essential oils, all aroma, all the spices aroma, they are contain the terpene. So terpene as a vat that is generally in the essential oils, and while the terpenoids are the dried out. So generally the essential oil also contain the terpenoid, but most of the essential oils are contain the terpenes. So these are all, of course, they are the nature product. So the nature products are the organic compounds ranging from 100 to 2000 molecular weight, and they can be found in crude plant material, foodstuff, resins, and exudates from the plants. So these are the structure and classification of the terpenes. C5 is the hemiterpene, which is the building block of the terpene or terpenoids, which is also called the hemiterpene, right? and it is also called the isoprene unit, right, which is the 2 methyl 1,3 butadiene. So two C5 unit coupled to each other by uh, head to tail or tail to tail. Uh, we will see later how they couple. They so two building blocks of the hemiterpene uh, bind through the tail and head. They form the monoterpene, and just like I say, in the three building hemiacetal or isoprene unit form the sesquiterpene, and the four isoprene unit bind through tail to head. They form the diterpene and the cystaterpene and the triterpenoid C30 carbons, tetraterpenoid is C40, and so on. And the polyterpenes they contain n number of the carbons. So these are how these terpenes are various classes of the terpenes or terpenoids. So this is a basic one building block which is called the isoprene unit, consists of C5 carbon, right? So as I told you before that these terpene can be subclassified into the monoterpenes, sesquiterpenes, diterpenes, triterpenes, and steroid and tetraterpenoids. So this is how the biosynthesis of the monoterpene, how monoterpene is synthesized biosynthetically. So the first is this is dimethyl allyl pyrophosphate. So first the elimination of this pyrophosphate, and then this isopentenyl pyrophosphate olefinic bond will be attacked here, and then they couple to head to tail and they form the cationic intermediate, and after that it form the gernyl pyrophosphate, which is actually the monoterpene. So this is how the monoterpene synthesized from dimethyl allyl pyrophosphate coupling with isopentenyl pyrophosphate. So this is the gernyl pyrophosphate, and after this the ring closure will occur in the form of the limonene, which is the cyclic monoterpene, and for the acyclic monoterpene it is just the removal of pyrophosphate. So this is called the beta citronellol, and thymol also the cyclic form of aromatic monoterpene, uh, which is synthesized or generated from gernyl pyrophosphate. Monoterpene is also further subdivided into the three different subdivision of the monoterpene. One is regular monoterpene, which is found in the essential oils, and the second one is the irregular monoterpene, which is also called the pantothenoids, which is the insecticides, and third one is the iridoids. Now these all are the monoterpene subdivision. So only the difference is the biosynthesis. So that's why they are different subdivision. So in case of the pantothenoids, they are this is the two building blocks. They are from the isopentenyl pyrophosphate, removal of pyrophosphate, and the cyclopropane ring will be formed, which is the core functional unit in case of the pantothenoids. In case of the this is gernyl dipyrophosphate, or this is called the gernyl diphosphate or pyrophosphate. So there's a several steps take place. After this cation carbocation will form. After this the rearrangement will occur. This is only the difference from the synthesis of regular monoterpene, which we have seen in the previous slide. So this one is the rearrangement will occur, rearrange carbocation, right? So and then after this loss of the hydrogen radical and form the limonene, right? So this is how the classical prosynthesis will occur, right, in case of the regular monoterpene. But in case of the iridoid, This is the geranyl pyrophosphate. First, the ring rearrangement will occur, which is called the geranyl, and then oxidation will occur at the terminal, which is the 10 um, oxo uh, granol, and then the iridoid synthesis, which the cyclization of this cyclopentane and cyclohexane will occur as a form. As a result, the cis trans nipetalol will form. So this is the synthesis of this iridoid, and this is the synthesis of the normal or the classical synthesis of monoterpene, and this one is the biosynthesis of parenthyrins. So this is overall the synthesis of the terpene, right? It is start from dimethyl allyl pyrophosphate. This is isopentenyl pyrophosphate, right? So only the difference is the rearrangement of the double bond, right? So this one, the synthesis of the monoterpene, 2 unit of the isopentenyl form this geranyl pyrophosphate, right, with by the GD geranyl pyrophosphate synthesis, right, it forms the monoterpene. And for the sesquiterpene, it includes the 3 unit of 3 subunits of isoperine, right, it has formed the these sesquiterpenes. And in case of the diterpene, the 4 unit of acepentenyl pyrophosphate, right, for coupled head to tail, and it formed the diterpenes. And in case of the triterpene, 6 unit of isoperine unit coupled through head to tail, and then as a result this triterpene uh, uh, generated, right. So this is overall the biosynthesis of the terpenes. Now we come to the first subclass of this uh, of the terpenes or terpenoid, which is the essential oils. Essential oils generally contain the monoterpene and the sesquiterpenes. So generally the essential oils are the mixture of the odoriferous and volatile substances originated from the plant. So there are several methods through which this the essential oil can be prepared, uh, out of which some are very common, which is the steam distillation expression method, right. And other procedure is also common for the extraction of this essential oil, which is the extraction by the known aqueous solvent, or the same some procedures on dried material. As a result, this resinoid will form. Extraction of these essential oil of from the flour with the fats, and then the extraction of above this concrete, resinoid, and podomide uh, with the ethanol at room temperature, that is called the absilio. So these are some of the methods where through which the essential oil can be extracted. There are several families of the plant which contain the contain the essential oil. For example, mm, the from the plants from the coniferous Lauriaceae family, Magnoaceae family, Lamiaceae family, Apiaceae family, Rhoteaceae family. They are generally contain the essential. They are generally contain the oil cell or granular trichosome, which contain the essential oil, right. So localization of the essential oils, essential oil can be found in all type of the organs, including roots, right. So, for plant containing essential oil in several organs, composition is very significantly from one organ to another. So there's generally, in case of the Lauriaceae family and Zingiberaceae family, oil cells are contain the essential oil. In Lamiaceae family, there are the granular trichosome, and in Apiaceae this secretory cells, and this in case of the Mysteraceae family, pseudogenous cavities. So these are all the different parts of organs of the plant which contain the essential oil. Essential oil, the biological importance of the essential oil. The plant generated the essential oil uh, uh, for the defense purpose against the predators. For example, the fungi, insects, herbivores, right? They can use or produce the essential oil for attraction of pollination species, for attraction of pollinating species, for example, bees and butterfly, and they have the another property which is the this stereotoxic, that is inhibitor of germination of seed from other species. The chemical composition of these essential oils, as I told you, that most of the essential oils, they contain the monoterpenes, and some of the oils contain the sesquiterpenes, right? So generally all the components of essential oil are volatile in nature, so they have the lower molecular weight. So these are the so monoterpene can be, which is found in the essential oil, they can be acyclic, monocyclic, bicyclic, right? So it depend upon the acyclic means there is no cycle. For example, here you can see there is no cycle, so they are C10 carbons, monoterpenes, but they are not having, they don't have any cyclic structure, right? So they are the acyclic, right? So the monoterpene can be the monocyclic, which is means based upon one cyclic uh, ring, right? So that are the monocyclic. If it contain more than one, then they can be the bicyclic or the polycyclic. So these are the um, bicyclic monoterpenes, right? More than two, they can become under the polycyclic, right, or tricyclic also sometimes, right? So generally in case of the terpenoids, so the essential oil can consist of the alcohols, aldehydes, ketonic groups, right? For example, you can see here is in case of the camphor, right, it has a ketonic group, right? In case of the berneol, isoberneol, or in case of the mm, this terpineol, it contains alcoholic group, so they are terpenoids. Or and then this one, it doesn't contain any oxygen or oxidative part, they are the terpene. That's how you can remember what is the difference between terpenes and terpenoids. So all oxidative will be come under terpenoids. So some miscellaneous examples in case of the monoterpenes. So right, so they are phenolic or tetrahydrofuran or pyran or epioxa, these endoperoxides. So they are the miscellaneous examples. They are also come under monoterpene, right? And then some of the monoterpenes, the examples are this: it contain the it it contain the phenyl group, right? Most of the they are the aromatic group, aromatic structure, right? So for example, eugenol, e-enethol, and vanillin, they are some miscellaneous example of the monoterpene. So you can see the eugenol found in clove oil, anise and star anise. Uh, Carries the E-enethol, and this vanilla or numerous of plants contain the vanillin. So the physical properties in case of the essential oil, uh, the essential oil, they are quite usual that they single compound dominate the composition. For example, in case of the mint, it contains the menthol 60%. In case of the eu, uh, eucalyptus night, which contains the 80% of the cineol, right? So within the single plant there are different compositions of the chemical basis. Is totally depend upon the plant, to the different composition of in the different type of the essential oil. So for example, the plant look the same, but constantly produce the essential oil of different composition. For example, thyme, 7 this natural chemotype of the thymes are in the essential oil. So this chemical composition can vary, means the chemical analysis can be vary, or the constituents of the plants can be vary, which totally depend upon the growing stage, environmental factors, cultivation practice, temperature, relative humidity, wind, duration, and daylight. So that's how this is the reason that there were two same plants with the different localities, they have the different constituents, chemical constituents. So generally the essential oils, they are volatile in nature, right? So that's why they are liquid form, right? They usually less denser than water. For example, the this essential oil of clove and cinnamon, they have high reflective index, right? So they cannot allow to pass the light. They have contain the optically active compounds which can rotate the plane of polarized light, so meaning they contain the chiral compounds. They are generally less soluble. They are not they are generally the non-polars. They can be soluble in alcohol, right, organic solvents, and insoluble or very strongly soluble in water. So they are generally the non-polar compounds. So they are sensitive to light and oxidation. As a result, the polymerization will occur. The preparation of essential oil. The essential oil can be prepared through steam distillation method, simple steam distillation method, right? So this one simply steam distillation method, for which this the water the plant is soaked into the water, or part which contains the essential oil soaked into the water, and this heat provided, and as a result essential oil will be collected as a result of the steam distillation. Saturation is saturated steam distillation, extraction method, and solvent extraction through supercritical fluid. Generally, the carbon dioxide is used as a supercritical fluid for the extraction of essential oils. So these are different methods of extraction of the essential oil through the extraction method, through steam distillation, and supercritical fluids. So essential oil quality, the quality of the essential oil containing drugs, they can be done by the Clevenger apparatus. This is a Clevenger apparatus. This is a mixture of the sample and the water, right? And then as you have seen in the practical, also extraction of the clove oil, so in clove oil practical, right? So this is the essential oil which is less denser than the water, and this is the water. That's how the quality of essential oil can be checked in the essential oil containing drugs. So as the quality of essential oils, different method can be, specific tests can be used. So the chromatographic examination, for example TLC, which based on the silica and using the low polarity solvent, and then some visualization reagent can help to detect the essential oil. And most commonly for the volatile compounds and for the volatile liquids, gas chromatography is more preferable, right? And it gives more information about the components of the essential oil. It has the advantages to allow this simultaneous quantification of the component. So wherever you can see the less volatile, the volatile compounds, right? Volatile compounds, gas chromatography will help to detect or to quantify the components of the extracts. Pharmacological activities of the essential oil. Essential oil have they are the antiseptic activities, they are spasmolytic and sedative properties, irritating properties. So can see the different essential oils have the different pharmacological properties. It can use in pharmaceutical industry also as a source of these in the In the aromatherapy, it is also used as a source of the pure compounds, for example, cineol, eugenol, and cinnamaldehyde, and it used as excipient or aromatizer. So the industrial use is perfumery, cosmetics, and food industry. Now we will see some of the examples of the essential oil containing drugs. The first example is Cinnamomum camphora, which is the source of camphor and 1,8-cineol. It belongs to the family Lauriaceae. So most of the plants which is under the Lauriaceae family are rich in essential oil in their barks. So this camphor oil is also extracted from the wood of camphor tree, and it is processed through the steam distillation. So this Cinnamomum camphor oil is used to relieve the pain, irritation, and itching. The chemistry of this essential oil is it contains 1,8-cineol and camphor as the main compounds, and these compounds have the antiseptic, antilactic, carminative, and stimulant effect activity, right? And then camphor is toxic in high dose. Another source of the essential oil containing drugs example is the Cinnamomum verum, which is also called the Cinnamomum bhakti Ceylon, right? Which is the source of cinnamaldehyde and eugenol, right? So this plant is belong to the Lauriaceae family, right? And the Cinnamomum come from the tree. Uh, so the people use the bark or to make the medicine. Cinnamomum bark is also used for GI upset, diarrhea, and gas. Right, the chemistry of the essential oil from Cinnamomum verum is the cinnamaldehyde and the small amount of eugenol also found. So the bark is rich in the pyrrocyanidin also. So the pharmacological effect of cinnamaldehyde, it has anti-spasmodic and antimicrobial activity. Another example of the essential oil containing drug is Cassia cinnamomum, which is the main, which is also the source of cinnamaldehyde. So the essential drug is the bark, right? And it has anti-cancer property and anti-ulcer property. Um, uh, for the aqueous extract, which is hydrophilic phenolic compounds, but the identity of the active principle are still controversial. Uh, so this is also the source of the monoterpene. And then another example is Myristica fragrans, which is also called the nutmeg tree. So these all are the used as a spices also in the biryani, right? It is belong to the Myrtaceae family. So dry seeds are used in treat traditionally this against digestive disorders. The chemistry of the essential oil, it contains the phenyl propanoid. The main compound is this myristicin, and along with this one, the essential oil contains the sabinein and pinene, which is also monoterpene, right? And then the ilimycin. So ilimycin and myristicin are from the phenyl propanoids. Why they are for phenyl propanoid monoterpenes? Because contain the phenyl ring as well as the propanoid is carbon 2 and 3. It also has the same phenyl ring and the propanoid. The pharmacological activity of these compounds, they are addictive and hallucinogenic activity, and the oil has a strong antimicrobial and anti-inflammatory activity. Another example of the essential oil containing drug is Elysium vernum, which is also called the star anise, Chinese anise. This is also used as a spices in biryani and curry. Right, it is from the Iliaceae family. So the ripe fruit is known as the star anise fruit. Is used to treat these ailments of the respiration in the inflammation and current and digestive for the it's also used for the digestive purpose, right? So the chemistry of this Elysium worm is this fruit produces essential oil which contain the transanethol, and this fruit have the anti-spasmodic activity, carminative and tonic effect. Some other examples of the essential oil containing drug is this aniseed, which is the crude drug is the fruit, and it is also source of the E-anethol. And fennel is from the Apiaceae family. It is also the industrial source of the E-anethol. Another example is coriandrum sativum, which is also called the coriander. It also used as a spices in curry, right? It is from the Apiaceae family. So ripe fruit or their essential oils are traditionally used against the loss of appetite and as a stomachache to treat the minor digestive disturbance. The chemistry of the essential oil is it contains the compound which is called the linalool as a main compound, and it also contains coumarins and triterpenoids. And the fruit or the essential oil are the spasmolytic, carminative, and antimicrobial activity. So essential oil from the Rhoteaceae family also contain the monoterpene, which is the limonene and the terpineol. So the citrus species, the fruit of the different citrus give different essential oils. For example, essential oil, this sweet orange oil, bitter orange oil, and bergamot oil, lemon oil. So these are all oils contain the monoterpene. So for example, bitter flavone, glycoside, this naringenin, and neohasperidine is the compounds which is found in these essential oils of the Rhoteaceae family, right? And the essential oil also contain the limonene, lanolol, and terpineol, and the bitter triterpenes is the limonene. So these are the compound which is found in the essential oil containing essential oils from the Rhoteaceae family plant. So juices they are mainly used as aromatizer in pharmaceutical industries and food and beverage industry, and these hygiene products and perfumery. Another example of the source of 1,8-cineol is the Eucalyptus globulus, which is also called the Eucalyptus, right, from the Myrtaceae family. Generally, the mature leaf or their essential oils are mainly used to treat the alignment of the respiratory tract. Right, the oil also used topically to treat the skin alignment and minor wounds. Chemistry of the essential oils from this plant is it contains the 1,8-cineol in as a main compound, right, which is also called the eucalyptol. Right. In addition to these compounds, the compound 1,8-cineol, it also contains the flavonoid and sesquiterpenes. Pharmacological activity of the essential oil extracted from the eucalyptus is antiseptic and expectorant. The antimicrobial activity of 1,8-cineol and camphor are synergistic. Another example is the Syzygium aromaticum, which is also called the clove tree, which is the clove also used in the spice as a spices uh, in curry and biryani. It is from the Myrtaceae family, right? So generally, the dried flower bud is known as the clove, and it is used against the toothache and used to treat the inflammation to the mouth and throat. The chemistry of this clove tree is the essential oil in high yield and with this eugenol. It contains the eugenol, beta caryophyllene, and then the eugenyl acetate. It also contains, or it's also the source of flavonoid, tannins, the phenolic acid, and triterpenes. The pharmacological activity of this oil is the oil has the local anesthetic, antiseptic, antiplasmolytic, and carbonatic activity. This is also the one more example is the mint, which is from the which is from the plant, this Mentha ex paprika, right? It is from the Lamiaceae family. The fresh and dried leaves and the essential oil are used to treat the digestive alignment and cataract of the respiratory tract. The chemistry of the essential oil is it is dominant in monoterpene, which is called the menthol, which is act as a active ingredient in the essential oil extracted from mentha. So this oil has antimicrobial activity, mild analgesic, carbonative, and smasmolytic, and chlor chlorhydric activity. So this is the menthol, and it also contains the another monoterpene, which is called the carbone. Ocimum basilicum, also called the sweet basil. It is the source of the estragol, right? So it is the main compound which is found in the this Ocimum basilica. Now another class, the subclass of the monoterpenoid, which is the iridoid. Iridoid is generally the cyclic monoterpene, right? So they are usually occur in a plant as the non-volatile glycoside, means they are generally found in the plant with the glycosidic moiety, right? So it contains the cyclopentane ring, and as well as it contains the pyronoid skeleton, right? So this is the called the iridain. So um, so generally, this iridoid have the cyclopentane and the fused six-membered oxygen ring, which is heterocyclic. So this is the core structure of the iridoids. So iridoids generally plant synthesize these compounds for defensive function, and it has the anti-inflammatory activity. Some use as the ingredient various form of these allopathic medication, for example, the valerian, and other are typically the phytotherapeutic product. So generally, this, for example, this Lamiaceae family plants, they contain these iridoids. So the structure of the iridoid, it contains the carbon or carbon atoms, right? Of course, 10 carbon atom is the basic unit for the monoterpenoid, and C11 carbon is usually the these in the form of the uh, carbomethoxy group, right? Carbomethoxy group like this, right? Carbomethoxy group, right? Or generally in the form of carboxylic acid. So like this. So this one generally as a in the form of the C11 carbon. So mostly they are found in as a glycosidic link along with the glycoside like this. They are found in the form of glycosidic compounds, which is generally mostly found in the plant. So, for example, this is this Valtrat. So it is the uh, it is the isovaltrat ester. This is the reactive epoxide, which is very sensitive group, and this is isovaltrat ester. So this is the basically this skeleton which contains the cyclopentane with this heterocyclic compound. This is called this is the iridoid basic skeleton, right? Other are the substituents, right? So iridoid can be extracted with a polar solvent because it contains the glycoside, right? So mainly the alcohol of various concentration can use for the extraction of these type of the compound. Chromatographic technique cron can be used with the polar elements for isolation of these type of the compound. It can be purified through TLC, thin layer chromatography, and HPLC, and that it can detect through the reagent test, which is called the trim and Hale color reagent, which is usually the dilute solution of copper sulfate and this hydrochloric acid. TLC visualization through vanillin. So, in the presence of sulfuric acid for visualization of these compound on TLC. Now the iridoid containing drugs. The first one is the valerian, which is from the Valerianaceae family, right? This plant is the source of the valerianic acid and varenicline and valproate, right? So these are all are the iridoids. So these iridoids are very specific. There are some iridoids they are not in glycosidic form, and some these are no aglycon iridoids. So the pharmacological activity of these type of the compounds are the sedative effect, hypotensive, and anticonvulsant activity. Another source of the iridoid containing drug is the yellow gentine, which is from the Gentineaceae family. So drug consists of the dry fragments of the subterranean parts, and the chemical composition of this plant is it contains the iridoids, which is these secoiridoids and getoperoxides, which is a chief constituent, and this amarogentine and other esters of the severoside and severtomarin. So these are the compounds. So basically, this is the general structure of the iridoid, and this is the general structure of secoiridoid, which is the main constituent of the yellow gentine. So only the difference, it doesn't contain the cyclopentane ring. It is the acyclic cyclopentane ring. Right. So this is the main skeleton of this the compound found in this plant. So this plant is traditionally used to stimulate the appetite. It's used to stimulate the salivary and gastric secretion, and also used in GI pain. Now the third subgroup of the monoterpene is phenanthrene, which is also called the irregular monoterpene. So they are generally are the pesticides found in the naturally in the plant, which is the Crastanium flower, right? And it contains the six compound, which they are usually a mixture of six compounds. They are toxic to the insect. So these are the six compounds: this paranethrin, one, two, and other compound is the Cenerine 1, Cenerine 2, and Jasmoline 1 and Jasmoline 2. These are all are the ester compounds, right? It is ester compound. If you see the esteric compound, they are all are the esters. So pheranthrins are commonly used to control the mosquito, flies, and moths and ants and many other pests. So generally, they most of this pheranthrine contain this cyclopropane ring, right? Cyclopropane ring. So they are called the paranthenoids. Source of this paranthenoid is this paranthrum, which is the Tanacetum, from the Tanacetum Cineraria from the Aspiaceae family. So the drug is this capitule in full bloom, right? And the biological activity is they are all are the insect repellent. Compounds are having the property is insect repellent. They are act as a pesticides. So and it contains the mixture of six ester, which is already discussed in last slide, and other compounds also found, which is uh, ester in nature, right? And then the other sources of these pesticide or other pesticides are the synthetic pesticides, so which is not from this plant. Other compound which are synthesized in the lab, which are also called the synthetic paranthenoids, which also contain the cyclopropane ring. So these compounds are the synthetic paranthenoid, not from this plant. From the compound from these plants are these six type of the mixtures of esters. So they use as a household insecticide, and unfortunately these compounds are unstable. Why? Because these have the cyclopropane ring. Now the second type of these terpenoids are the sesquiterpenes, right? So these are the nature product, have properties similar to monoterpene, and they are also the constituents of the volatile oil, right? Essentials oil are the volatile oils, right? So they can all the volatile oils can be abstracted through can be analyzed through gas chromatography. The biosynthesis of the sesquiterpene is as shown below. So first, the sesquiterpene contains C15 carbons, right? Just add 5 carbon unit to monoterpene, it will form the sesquiterpene. So this is this geranyl pyrophosphate GPP is the building block of or the main core compound for the synthesis of monoterpene, right? And is first the removal of the pyrophosphate, and then after this isopentenyl pyrophosphate, this is olefinic. This olefin will attack here at the carbocation, right? And then it will form the head to tail bond, right? And as a result of this one, the farnesyl pyrophosphate will form. So this is the basic skeleton of the sesquiterpene, right? This is one example of the sesquiterpene, which is the this arteonine B. So sesquiterpenes are generally extracted through gas liquid chromatography, or gas chromatography, and these are sesquiterpenes are found in the same plant families as the monoterpenoids. For example, APAC, SPAC family, Cooperaceae family, Lamiaceae family, Mestraceae family. So sesquiterpene also can be found can be found in acyclic form, as for example the farnesol. This one acyclic form in many essential oil, right? And it is used in perfumery and to flavor the cigarette. Another monoterpene, which is the monocyclic, another sesquiterpene, which is the monocyclic sesquiterpene, which is the zingiberine, which the source of this zingiberine is the ginger oil, right? And other type of the sesquiterpene is the dialdehyde, this sesquiterpenes, which is the polygodiol and the varbergronol, right? So this one is the source of this compound is this polygonum, this hydropeper and derimyce aromatica, right? So this is this polygodiol is the active principle of from these plants, right? And then this Bergia salutaris is the source of this compound. So, because the activity of this compound is because of these two aldehydic group, which is the dialdehydic group, which can bind and form the shift bases with a free amino group, which appear to be the base for the pharmacological activity. So sesquiterpenes are this is the bicyclic sesquiterpenes. They are also well known. This alpha cadene. This is alpha, not A. Alpha cadene in oil of cadene juniper, or in the beta selenine from the salinary needs. So these compounds are the sesquiterpenes found in the different essential oil. So, and the tricyclic sesquiterpenes, right? So this one is tricyclic sesquiterpene, which is the petrolol, right? This one ring, second ring, and third ring. So it is white. This is called the tricyclic sesquiterpene, and it is found in the this patchouli oil, which is also called the pogostemon capsule. The source of the this sesquiterpene, or generally the most common one, is the sesquiterpenoid lactone, which is found in the Artemisia annua, which is also called the sweetworm wood from the Aspiaceae family. So this plant contain this artemisinin and dihydroartemisinin and artemether and artenusic acid. So these are the compound which is sesquiterpene, and it's found in the this Artemisia annua, right? So they are very important with respect to the pharmaceutical perspective, right? So it has the they are all are the most of the sesquiterpenes which is found in Artemisia annua. They have anti-malarial product. Uh, and this artemisinin has a number of interesting features. In the structural feature, it contains the epoxide. It contains the peroxide ring, right? This is peroxide, oxygen and oxygen. This is one feature, and it can contain the epoxide, and it contains the lactonic ring. So these are the structural features of the artemisinin. Right, this peroxide is essential for the antimalarial activity, right? So the antimalarial activity of this compound is because of this peroxide. Pharmacological properties of these sesquiterpene lactones, right? So they are sesquiterpene lactone because all are contain the lactonic ring, right? So this artemether, or it is called the methyl ether of dihydroartemisinin, right? So it is used as a treatment of the chloroquine resistant, and it is multi-drug resistant of this Plasmodium falciparum under the trademark Plotha. There's another compound which is the this artemisinic acid, right? Which is marketed as the this artesunate. It is what it is water soluble than the artemether and hydrolyzed in vitro to dihydroartemisinin, like this one, right? So these compounds are the lipid soluble compounds, and they can absorb in the central nervous system, and therefore may have potential in treating the cerebral malaria, right? So activity, so the mechanism of action of this type of compound which contain the endoperoxide is you can see this one is artemisinin. It convert the this ferrous into ferric, right? And so it will and then after this it will break into the carbon centered radical, and then this radical will form the covalent bond to the protein, right? So this is how they work, these type of the compounds. So means these compounds are the source of oxy radical, right? So they are the source. So these radical may rearrange and generate this carbon centered radical, which can attack to the biomolecule protein such as DNA protein and lead to the parasite death. So this is the mechanism of action of the artemisinin, or the compound which contains the peroxide. Another Chinese medicine used to treat the malaria, which is this uh, artabotratis, this uncenatras from the NYC family, which contain the sesquiterpene peroxide. This is sesquiterpene peroxide, right? Which is also, so this compound also have the anti-malarial activity just as the artemisinin. Another source of the sesquiterpene is the this cotton seed, right, from the Gossypium hirsutum, which is the source. The active compound from this one is the bis-sesquiterpene. It contains sesquiterpene dimer, which is called the gossypol, which exists in the plant with the this plus isomer. So this is a gossypol which have the dimer. One, you can see the same molecule as this one. It is called the dimer or the bis-sesquiterpene. Another compound which is the source of the sesquiterpene lactone is the Tanacitrus parthenium, which is also called the feverfew, from the Aspiaceae family, and it's also called the daisy family, right? So the use of this this is used as a migraine prophylaxis, but traditionally also used to treat the fever and the skin alignment and gynecological disorders. Chemistry of this plant is contains the sesquiterpene lactone, which is called the parenthenoids. So this compound is the main compound of this plant, um, and also an essential oil with the camphor contain the essential oil contain the camphor and the carnitine acetate and camphene. So these are the monoterpene which is found in the essential oil of this plant, which contain the parenthenoids. Activity is the lactone inhibit the formation of the prostaglandin, prostaglandins, and leukotriene, anti-inflammatory, spasmolytic, and antimicrobial activity. So this is all about the part one lecture of the terpenoids. So we have covered the monoterpene, and inside the monoterpene we have covered the uh, classical monoterpenes, and then the second one is the iridoid, and third one is the panethenoids, right? And then we have covered the sesquiterpenoids or sesquiterpene lactones. So in the next lecture we will cover the diterpenes and steroid. So what you have to remember in this lecture, especially from my part, is the source of the monoterpene, from which part of the plant contain the which as a used as a crude drug, right? And what type of the compounds are found in this plant, how the essential oil they extracted from these plants, right? And then what are their chemistry and what are their pharmacological activity. And for so till part 2, thank you very much.